Hi everybody, Paul Long. Hope you're having a really good day. I wanted to do a quick video about estate agent content and blog articles. I know a lot of you are creating really good content, blog articles, or perhaps you're using one of the many good creators, people like Jerry Lyons, Christopher Watkins, who are creating weekly content that's really powerful. One of the questions I get asked is how can we use that content? Can we promote it? And how can we generate leads from that content? And I thought I'd do you a quick video to provide a few tips on this. First of all, I think you've got to consider, are you going to be putting money behind that bit of content? Are you going to be boosting it, or are you going to be creating an advert? And if you are, then you've got the option perhaps to drive people from Facebook to actually a landing page, actually to your blog or your website where that article is. The reason you can do that if you're putting money behind it is because Facebook will give you the option to actually use an objective called traffic. And this is where Facebook will optimize to find people who are most likely to click on your post and take them to your landing page. So if you're spending money, not a problem. If you're not going to be spending money, then you might want to try and benefit from sort of that organic reach, which is where we're trying to get in front of as many people for no cost. And Facebook will look at your post, and if it's got any external links, if you are linking to a landing page or a website, then it might not get in front of as many people. So perhaps if you're not spending any money on that post, then just put your content all into that post, so all your article in that post, and let people read it in Facebook, and that probably will get a few more eyeballs on it. Now, if you are going to put money behind it, you're sending to that landing page, a few things on that landing page that you should consider. I would be looking at a secondary action. And what I mean by that is making sure that once someone's read your article, is there a secondary action at the end telling people what to do next? And that could be as simple as a few lines along the lines of, hey, hope you enjoyed reading our article. The next good step would be to download our guide. So I think about having some sort of download guide checklist which people can download after reading your article. And the best thing you can do is relate the two together. So obviously if they've just read an article or a blog article about tips on selling your property in summer, then make sure that your guide is obviously something about selling your property. So perhaps how to sell your property for more money and quickly. So have a secondary action under each article that you're putting on your blog. Think about also perhaps having that same guide, that same download promoted in different places on that blog article landing page. So perhaps on the right, you could have an image of the download and another button. And perhaps even when people go to leave that article, you could even think about of some sort of pop-up where, again, it can remind them to download that guide. But key thing is to have a secondary action. Do also make sure you've got your Facebook pixel on your blog and your landing page. That's really important because we want to build an audience of everyone who's visiting and reading that article. And with a Facebook pixel, which is just a little bit of code that your developer can put on your website, we can build audiences of people visiting certain web pages. So we could even build an audience of everyone who's visiting our seller blog articles or even our landlord articles. And we could retarget them, get back in front of them with an advert that shows a guide which they could download. So only the people who've read your article would see that guide. And that could be a seller's guide or perhaps a landlord guide. So really powerful way to generate leads, either directly from people reading the blog article straight away and downloading your guide, or when they leave, showing up with another advert. Now, there's a few ways you can use your blog articles. You can put them out to a cold local audience. So what I mean by that is you could promote it using Facebook adverts to a local audience of people who are most likely sellers or landlords. And anyone who reads the article, we can then obviously try and get them to download the guide or retarget them with that advert. Or we can use it to take people through that sort of know, like, and trust. So perhaps they've already shown some interest in us. So perhaps they've watched one of our videos, or perhaps they've been on our website. We could then warm them up a little bit further by showing this type of content to them, further blog articles. And some people just need to get to know you a little bit more. They need to trust you a little bit more and see that you know what you're talking about. So that sort of content is a great way to warm people up when they're not quite ready to hand over their details or do business with you. So a few ideas there. Hope that helps you. Would love to know how you're using your articles, and any questions, as always, please don't hesitate to get in touch.